Hello people, and welcome back. Today we're going to start Nusantara, which is another game that I know literally nothing about, except that there's cute guys hanging out in the wild and we're supposed to date them. And I think this is us. This could be a love interest. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm excited, and again, it's just me, because JoJo's developed a serious case of, I'm tired of recording and playing video games. Go do it yourself. And so, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Long ago, when the world was still young and humans had only just learned how to write, legends of mythical beings traveled all over the continents. Oh, jeez. Mysteries about the existence of dragons, griffins, unicorns, and many other myths were told in folklore and heritages. Some of them even possessed human characteristics such as centaurs, lions. Okay. But there was one legend, long lost and mostly forgotten, for there was none who remained alive today to remember the tale. A legend about winged humans, those with skin tougher than steel. Ooh. How they prospered and how they vanished without a trace. This is a story about birth, death, peace, war, and love. How it all began from the gift of a blue crystal, both a blessing and a curse from the goddess. And now, the legend shall be untold by a human girl. Unfolded. I'm so sorry. Chapter 1. Her name is Tamara. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Da-da-da-da-da. I can't click anything. Someone. Please help. For him. Eek! Don't know what's happening. I'm gonna save just super quick because I'd hate to have to go through all that again and then be, if I screw up something. Okay. Gotcha! Now say uncle. No! Ah! Princess, I won't stop until you say uncle. I'm gonna keep the voices real neutral until I know who's talking, because I make mistakes when I don't do that. No! Ah! Oh my. I can hear you, Tamara. And stop playing, Gusty. It's time for her to sleep. Yes, ma'am. Da-da-da-da-da. Ah! Honey! Okay, sweetie, I'll take her to bed. Oh, cute. Dot-dot-dot. Aw, party pooper. Dad and I were in my room. What? Toggle. What's that supposed to be? Oh, jeez. I hope that's not something. Okay. It was quite dark in here, as we hadn't turned on the lights. The sky was adorned with stars. The Night Queen had indeed covered the whole sky with her majestic cloak. Or at least that was what my dad said. He had such a way with words. As moonlight illuminated my room, familiar features greeted me. Wooden floor, green walls with background of the sky on the ceiling, and a big window. I also had some furniture like a cupboard, a small table, and a bookshelf, but that's all. I didn't want my room to be too cramped. I pushed my dad away, wanting to escape from the cold floor and find familiar warmth on my bed. Aww, CG already. As I climbed onto the bed, Daddy joined me and ruffled my hair. Okay. I slapped his hands away playfully and then stretched my arms and legs a bit before reaching under my pillow for my favorite storybook. He reached out for my messy hair again when I approached him with the said book in hand. This time I punched his shoulder lightly. Stop it, Dad! Hey, it's difficult enough to brush this hair in the morning without you messing it up. He faked a hurtful expression and then put his hand on his left side of his chest where his heart was, acting like a drama queen. This guy reminds me of like a million anime protagonists. But that's neither here nor there. Daddy! He let out another laugh. Sometimes I think he acts more childish than I did, and that was coming from a 10-year-old girl. What's that supposed to mean? Alright, alright. So anyway, he snatched the book and I leaned into him with expectations clearly written all over my face. Malene Gundang again. Don't you ever get bored with this story? We read it almost every day. Girls at your age should read stories about unicorns, ponies, rainbows, and princes and princesses. I mixed that up. But, excuse you, sir. Ladies can read anything. So, yeah. Oh, and how about the knight in shining armor riding in on a white stallion? I know you love it. Dad, that was when I was 8. That's like 2 freaking years ago. Stupid. So, it's only 2 years ago. That's what I said! I'm already bored with princess and princesses. Living happily ever after. Read this one for me, Daddy. I'm sorry. I pushed the book towards him, my patience running thin. Hello, lone, quotation mark. I didn't know why, but this story about a man turned into stone fascinated me. He exaggerated a sigh and finally took the book. Fine. And the magic word is... Please. He let out a huge grin and kissed my forehead. That's my girl. This is an interesting interaction. It's cliche, but it's also kind of... It works so far. As he retold the Malene Gundang story for the umpteenth time, I could feel myself gradually getting sleepy. In a short time, my eyes fluttered closed and my body leaned back into his warm and broad chest. Is that okay? I snuggled closer to my father. Feeling warm and safe, I nearly surrendered to the incoming sleepiness, when suddenly I remembered about my mom's strange behavior earlier. Oh dear. I hope the creator of the game doesn't get... if they even care. But, like... I'm just gonna say Dad. Dad, why does Mommy get so angry all the time now? Well, I think it's just because she's in a bad mood. She's been in a bad mood for so long, though. I nod hesitantly, still unsure about it. Usually Mommy would join us to play before bed, but lately I had a feeling that she was drifting apart from me and Dad. Ugh. Don't worry, she'll be back to normal before you know it. Da-da-da-da-da. Everything will be alright. He said this while stroking my hair. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, she'll cook delicious food for us in the morning. She'll give me a hug before I go to school, and... yawn. I'll tease Mom and Dad to get a room when they kiss each other good morning. Perfect. This poor kid. Ooh! Okay. Not a lot. Darn it, dreaming about that at a time like this. The gods above must have a knack for making fun of me. ... The me back then was so naive, so childish, almost like a child. It even hurt just to remember about it. I shook my head, erasing the remains of the dream. I flicked my wrist to look at my watch. Surely you don't mean that wrist. 1 p.m. Still 3 more hours to waste. Okay, so what to do? I glanced around, not particularly looking for anything. Aside from myself, there were 2 other people sitting in the bus, minding their own business, and my backpack was sitting securely beside me. We're cute! Okay. Here I am on my way to Uncle's place. How did this happen again? Aw, thanks for giving us some backstory, kid. Oh yeah, he annulled my apartment contract. What? What is... Alright. I groaned, remembering one of his undoings. This thing keeps twitching. Irritably, I closed my eyes and recalled my recent memories. I was in my cozy one-bedroom apartment before he suddenly called and demanded that me live that I live with him from now on. Why? A Kernia one? Please kill me. A Kernia one should not live in a trash can called apartment. What? Has he even seen our apartment? He said, or something like that. When I declined, I found out the next day that my 1-year contract with my apartment was already annulled by him. Him? How would he... Oh, that I'm so much better than you and always right old man who I doubt to even have a blood relationship with me dares to take my hard-earned home away from me. Yeah, I'm sure she has a job too. How does this work? Like, can't you get another apartment? This is such a weird setup. Not to mention that I got fired the next day. I wonder why, I scoffed. What in the devil's name does he want with me, and why now? Just when I've managed to rearrange my life, too. He didn't even give a damn about me when my parents... divorced? I inhaled a shaky deep breath, trying to calm myself. There was no need to complete that sentence. Stop it tomorrow. There's no use grieving and cursing over it, since I'm doing what that man wants now. And why? Didn't have much choice since he stripped me bare of my home and job. I mean, yeah, but like, surely she had like stuff in her apartment, and I mean, there's other things that could happen than just being like, well, guess I gotta do what he wants. Just calm down for now and go with the flow. You know how to do it. Blocking unnecessary memories from the past, I glanced outside the window. The scenery was unfamiliar, but what I was searching for was the unchanging blue sky. Since I was young, I'd always admired the endless blue sky, and for me it was very calming. Slowly I could feel my anger slipping away, and a thought, or more like a wish, surfaced in my head. If only I could turn into a little bird and fly away. Alright. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just like that. Wait, what? There you go. The moment I blinked, the bird disappeared. It must be... I must be... hallucinating. Such a beautiful bird in a bus? Yeah, that's the problem. Once again, I checked the metal bus railing along with the curtains just to be sure. Nothing. I guess my mind played a prank on me. I leaned back against my seat. Speaking of birds, I remember this weird dream which has been haunting me recently. Thank you for giving us so much backstory and information. You're just... Oh, my. I was running in a forest. The details were kind of blurry, but I thought it was autumn since there were hues of yellows, oranges, and reds all over the place. I didn't know why, but I had this urgent feeling that I need to find someone. I was running, searching for that someone, and a bird was chirping somewhere in the background. Help! Someone, help! It sounded almost as if he was tortured by something unfathomable. See? That's why I wait for some pronouns at least. Damn, I always get it wrong. The chirping gradually turned into a man's voice. I was scared for him. Can you hear me? Where are you? I never heard such a pitiful voice. I wanted to help him, but all I heard were the sounds of leaves and more cries. Damn it. I heaved a breath and continued running like a madwoman. Strangely enough, I knew this was a dream, but what was solely embedded in my mind was to find that man and help him in any way I could, but how am I supposed to help when I don't even know where to go? His pained cries were now entangled with voices of people, whispering and echoing laughter. Whoever you are, stop hurting him! The voices were only getting louder, swallowing and mocking both my pleading and the man's cries. I stopped in my tracks when I heard another sound. Oh, my. My stomach churned at the sound. At the same time, adrenaline pumped into my blood, urging me to start running again and find him faster. This is crazy. I don't even know who he is, and yet I had a feeling that if I couldn't find him, then no one could. Please, make it stop. Hurts. It hurts. I heaved a breath and cried out in frustration. Just kill me. Oh boy, scene 1, the call. Oh my. Ooh! Pretty. Okay. I'm gonna save again real quick. Y'all know I'm real save trash. As the bus door opens, a world seemingly full of buildings filled my eyes. Jakarta. Excuse me. The capital city of Indonesia had a lot of tall buildings and towers with dull colors. There was almost no greeneries there, and the pollution in the air made me uncomfortable. Okay, that's interesting, because aren't we supposed to be kind of like going into the wild? Why are we near like such a big bad city, you know? With just one look, I could already tell that this was a busy city day and night. Cars and motorcycles dominated the main road, while my hometown was never crowded in the afternoon. It was definitely still crowded here. Yep. The sidewalks were loaded with people minding their own business and walking at a fast pace. Many were talking on their cell phones while the others were texting messages, as people do. The mall was standing tall with an orange creme-colored walls, with